very sunny morning. I am going to the Timpanogos Cave. I got one last ticket last night for 11 a.m. It is now like 8:30, so I don't know how this works. I haven't been, let's see. Welcome to American Fork Canyon Alpine Scenic Loop. 3-day pass is $10. Self-serve recreation pass. Okay, let's find out what this is about. I didn't know I had to pay to get in to go to this cave.
Oh, we're headed to today.
I have a cave tour.
Oh yeah, and that pass, it's good to get you to any national parks.
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So the cave's also fee free from us. So.
Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah. Whenever I go to all the different parks, the different states, I always forget. Like when I go back to another state, I'm like, why don't I have a state park pass? And then I remember this.
So you got the all access one. Awesome.
Yeah.
I just got myself one of those too.
It's the golden ticket.
So useful.
Yeah, I've been to 51 national parks already, so
really?
52 actually. Yeah, so all the ones in the lower 40.
Right
yeah, this is Gateway Arch. Every t-shirt I wear is a different national park. I'm always wearing the wrong national park shirt for where I am though. So.
All right, you have a wonderful time.
Thank you. Like the golden ticket, like go get your national park pass. Oh my god, the all access pass. Okay, cool. That's why last time it was free when I was here. So that's what I was trying to tell her. I was like, that's why I don't remember. Like when I was in Colorado, I was like, why don't I have a state park pass? And then I was in Arizona and the same thing. And then when I went back to Arizona a few months ago and I came back to Utah a few months ago and Colorado just now, I'm like, oh yeah, that's because I, get in for free. So although Utah did give me a veterans pass, a lifetime veterans pass. So I have that too. I've got like a whole stack of passes and cards right here. It's like all the golden tickets. Anyway, I should pay attention to the road here. Anyway, so yeah, the Timpanogos Cave. Sorry, it's extremely bright this morning. The Timpanogos Cave tour, I just happened to get the last ticket for 11 a.m. So, and this is the Uinta National Forest. So this is another option for boondocking. Although you can boondock down at the trailhead before you get to the little ranger booth. I'm sure you could probably park there overnight for free. It didn't say any restrictions. But once you get in, you got to pay $10 for a 3-day pass. And I think it's $60 for like a year pass or something. I don't know. I didn't really read the sign because I was like, I get in for free. Anyway, so yeah, let me go up to this cave. It's just a couple miles up. And this is great. Yeah, I wanted to do this last time, but I only had like 2 days in Salt Lake City before I had to head down to Vegas. So yeah, actually I may go down to Vegas again in about 2 weeks. I have to see once I get back from Montana. But yeah, because I get back in, actually no, next week I'm going into Montana. I gotta figure it out. Yeah, so that's right, because I fly home, I don't even know what day it is. I fly home this weekend and then I come back on the 22nd and then I head into Montana. And then I think after that, when I'm coming back, I fly out again on the 5th of August, back to Houston. And then I come back and then I have to drive my car and my van back home. So that's like the logistical nightmare. And I may have to do an extra flight on the 10th of August just to go get my car and drive back. So I may take the van to Vegas and then fly to Albuquerque, drive the car back, and then fly back to Vegas and then get the van and drive that back. So I have a few weeks. I have to be back in Houston by at least like the 2nd or 3rd week of August. So I've got some time. And August is like the worst time to be in this part of the country. So I'm not really bothered if I don't actually like do anything except drive home, because it's going to be in the hundreds of degrees, millions of degrees. Anyway, let me figure out what this cave is, because I keep driving up this road and I don't see anything. So yeah, I'm getting here early because I just want to kind of sit for a bit. It's a, as far as I know, a 3-hour cave tour. And 3.5 hours. It ends at 2:30. Oh, there we go. National Monument. Okay, hang on. So I don't know how many tours a day they do. There were 3 for today that were listed that only had 1 ticket left each. So let me go up here. I know nothing about this place. I wanted to go here. Swinging Bridge picnic area. Okay, a lot of cyclists going uphill. It's a thing apparently. I'm a downhill biker. I go downhill. I don't go uphill, but they're on like cycling bikes with like spandex and fake sponsors, like all their gear has like all the logos on it. I'm like, I don't think you're sponsored by all these people. Oh, there's tons of trails here as well. Oh, this is cute. I was going to go to Sundance. Oh, there's the parking lot. I was going to go to Sundance after this, but not if there's trails around here. Okay, there's no parking. Oh, there's parking space right here. Okay, I'm going to have to... Oh, I'm going to have to... This guy is right on my tail. Sir, do you mind? Because I have to park right here and you are not moving. They do that. They do that so that you can't back up and you have to end up going forward, and then they take your space. I know what her strategy is. She's not moving. Why do they do that? I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna go forward, and she's gonna go forward too, and I'm gonna back up, and she's not gonna move. She's just sitting there with this like look on her face. Back up, dude. Back up. Back up. So I can get in the space. People need to learn like basic physics of vehicles because like if I want to get into this space, for example, I have to do a 117-point turn, and if she's not moving, I'm not going to be able to get in. And I can get in as long as she gives me the room to get in. Sorry. I tell you something, it's like putting toothpaste back in the tube. Do I have cell reception here? Do I have cell reception? No, no cell reception. So I'm just gonna sit for 2 hours, I guess, 2.5 hours. Yeah, I guess I'll go in the visitor center and go check that out and go get a map and see if there's some hiking trails. After this, I was going to Sundance to go check that out and kind of do the long way back. I have to stay at the Cracker Barrel again tonight. So yeah, the people running downhill shirtless and guys riding uphill, like there's a lot of shirtless and very tight spandex, like too much for me to handle. I can't look at that this early in the morning or ever. It's not attractive to me whatsoever. Anyway, but yes, so motorcycle though, there you go. There's some eye candy. Anyway, so yeah, I guess I'll go in the visitor center and go check that out. No cell reception, so I can't really like do anything. Unless if there's cell reception in the visitor center, I can just sit with my computer for like 2 hours. And then the tour's at 11. And then it took about an hour to get down here from Layton. And then what else? Yeah, I was gonna just go on to Sundance and kind of just make my way back. I may just go work in the Starbucks in Layton, which is north of Salt Lake City, for the rest of the day until 9:30 p.m. I've got a Zoom with Harriet, and then I need to shower at Planet Fitness because tomorrow I've got National Ability Center at 7:30 a.m. So I've got to come back this way, actually to go to Park City, which is another hour drive. It's a bit easier drive than going back through. I went through the whole of Salt Lake City morning traffic this morning, and there's so many potholes on that freeway on the 15. But yeah, so tomorrow's National Ability Center, and that'll be really great. So I'm doing a tour in the morning, and then I don't know what I'm doing the rest of the day. I've got a VA appointment, telehealth, at noon, my time. And then I've kind of got the rest of the day. So Deer Valley's right there. I could go mountain biking. Actually, no, there's a hike I wanted to do. It's 7.5 miles to go to the top of the ski valley in Deer Valley. So maybe I'll go do a ski valley hike again, like I did in Santa Fe, which was 12,000 feet. That was excellent. So I'll do that, check out that area. I don't feel like mountain biking anymore. I think I'm done for right now. Also, I haven't heard good reviews on Deer Valley for a mountain bike park. I think it would be a waste of a lift ticket to get all geared up and do like, you know, do that stuff. So I think then Thursday, what am I doing Thursday? Thursday, I think I've just got hikes. I probably need to do laundry at some point. Yeah, so it's just kind of I had a busy week and a half coming into Colorado, coming out of New Mexico, out of Hurricane Barrel, and now I'm just kind of doing whatever. But it's fine. Just kind of take it easy. Yeah, next week I've got to figure out the Montana stuff because Big Sky's only given me one pass for one day instead of, I wanted like 5 days to mountain bike there. They give me a free pass for one day, which is great. I really appreciate that. They work with, I think, Adaptive Adventures. I don't know. I've got to see what organizations they work with. I haven't scheduled to meet with anybody. Nobody responded, except they just said, yeah, we'll give you a voucher. But yeah, and then going up into Montana, I want to go up into like Columbia Falls and Gallatin Gateway and back up into Glacier. I want to do the Highline Trail. So I think that's going to be the Montana stuff, and I think I'll spend about a week and a half in Montana, and then I fly back out of Salt Lake City. So I just want to get out of this hotbed. It's probably going to be as hot, probably tons of mosquitoes too. But yeah, and go up to Pole Spring, which is right up near Canada. So I think going back to Glacier. I didn't get a chance to really see the west side of the park. I had a ticket for the Going to the Sun Road, but I never did it because I was driving like 6 hours from somewhere, from Idaho, I think it was. So by the time I got there, I just wanted to get to my campsite. I will see if I can get a campsite. If not, there's tons of BLM and just park near a river. So yeah, so that's kind of the plan for the next couple weeks, and then fly out of Salt Lake City, go home for the weekend, come back, and then just kind of make my way back to Houston. So it'll be pretty good. So yeah, so the 6th of August, I think is when I'm flying back up here, and then I have about 2 or 3 weeks to get back, and then I've got to pack up my apartment and get out of there by the 31st of August. So I'm already pretty much 90% packed. This weekend when I'm home, I've got a bunch of stuff that I need to sell, so hopefully people will show up this time. I won't have a car, so my car will be in Albuquerque. So that's going to be a bit of a hassle. What I should have done is changed my flight from Salt Lake City to Albuquerque, drive my car back on Saturday, which is like 13 hours. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to get groceries or anything. Well, maybe I do because my fridge was out for 2 days. But yeah, maybe I should have just changed my flight and then taken the return flight Monday, and just keep the return flight and just change the outgoing flight from Salt Lake City to Albuquerque. I think if I can do that, then I can get the car back this weekend and I'm fine driving. But I leave at 7 p.m. on Friday and I get into Houston at 5 a.m. So I don't know. I'll take a look. When I'm on the computer today at Starbucks, I'll take a look and see what flights I can do, see if I can change. Spirit's really good about it. They're really good about changing flights, but I don't want to. I'm fine if I miss the flight coming back out of Houston, but I have to be home to see Harriet. So I've got to make sure I make that flight. So maybe I'll just do it this time, and the next flight, I'll change the next flight and take the car home on the 3rd of August, and then fly back on the 5th. So I don't know, we'll figure it out. Okay. All right, well, let me go in and check out this little visitor center here. All right, see you later. Seriously, you guys, look how perfect I parked my van. That is some prime parking right there. I mean, granted, I did 17,000 like points of turning to get in. Anyway, okay, so let's go in. Oh, it is so hot here right now. There's another space right there. Okay, there's a couple more spaces. I've got sun. Oh, this is beautiful. Who knew? Okay, yeah, this is very, very busy for some reason. There's another space down here that probably would have been better. That one is a bit bigger. I guess it clears out once people finish the tour. There's another space. Yeah, that probably would have been, no, it would probably been a bit tight because that guy parked over. Plus it's on an incline. I think I'm fine where I'm at. Not too much of an eyesore. Okay, let's go in. I'm wearing the wrong shoes for a cave tour, but I've got like 2 hours, so let me go get my little ticket thing. This is beautiful. This is like, I'd say it's probably 30 minutes from Salt Lake City proper. It's an hour from Layton, and Layton's about 30 minutes. There's also picnic tables. You can have a nice lunch. Maybe I'll have a lunch here when I'm done. This is gorgeous. Who knew? I just happened to get the last ticket last night, so yay me. Okay, so where do we start? Okay.
So we'll start right here at the visitor center.
Okay.
The trailhead's just actually right there where that ranger is sitting at the table. And then you'll hike up the trail that 1.5 miles, and you'll enter here at that Hansen Cave.
Okay, and when you said ranger led, so once everyone, like people get up there at different times from 11 a.m., right? Some people will take longer, some will shorter. So when we get there, the ranger led, like they'll take in as a group, or we just...
Yeah, so they'll call your ticket and everything. There are benches up there that you can sit at and wait for your tour time.
Yeah, because I saw it said it was 11 to 2:30, and I was like, that's a really long cave tour. And then I'm like, am I spelunking or something? And so
no, you'll be good. You'll be on a paved path, and everything.
Okay.
The tour is about an hour long. We just give you that hour and a half hike time. And
Oh, okay. So technically it starts at 12:30. I have to be up there about 12:30.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And if I'm later than 12:30, I just wait for the next group, or?
Yeah. There's no guarantee that you'll get into that next tour though.
Okay.
Just because if tickets are sold out and everyone.
Yeah, because I work with like people with disabilities or PTSD or prosthetics. So
Yeah.
this, like mobility wise, if it's going to take someone 2 hours to get up to the top with a prosthetic, then they would have to leave earlier.
Exactly.
Okay.
We'd recommend leaving.
And you guys
earlier.
allow that then?
Yeah.
Okay. What is this, a bat? Oh yeah, you can have bat ears. It's a little, oh, you can raise them up. I don't know how to do that. Anyway, raise or lower the bat ears to line up against your own ears. What happens to your hearing? I don't know. I have selective hearing. Okay, so this is a bit different. So you have to hike up 1,100 foot elevation gain. This is probably why, well, actually no, I mean 11, 12, 12:30. So I'm gonna start at 10:30 and go start hiking up. I don't know if there's toilets at the top, I didn't ask. But yeah, it's gonna be a little bit different. So let's go take a look. There's a sign over here, walk your bicycle. So, okay, so it's a paved trail. I think it's paved trail to get all the way to the top, which is fine. So this is the hike. This is great, actually. Let me go take a look at that sign for you guys. Very, very different cave tour, having to hike an hour and a half before you actually do the tour. The tour is about an hour, it's ranger led, so you have to get up there by 12:30. Okay, this is paved the whole way, no strollers allowed. So, okay, so the trail length, it's 1.5 miles, trail elevation 1,092 feet, and it's 1.5 miles paved trail, so that's really nice. Okay, so I'm parked down here, so you're gonna hike all the way up here, and then you're gonna get to the cave, do the cave tour, which takes about an hour, and so you can bring water and backpacks and things, but just don't drink inside the cave. It's gonna be quite hot actually. But it feels really nice up here. It's only maybe like just over 80 degrees. And then we're gonna look like those hikers. And then this is the cave. So that's great. So let me go get changed. Okay, cool. And then you have the little ranger intro right over here, which is fine. And then everybody can hike up. All right, it's 10 a.m. and I'm gonna go figure out how to get my ticket because I don't have cell reception here, and it didn't say there's no cell reception. So I need to download my barcode. I think I have the receipt saved on my phone, but I don't have the actual barcode. So it might be good to say no cell reception. So let me see if they can pull it up in there. Otherwise, I have no ticket, which I paid for. All right, I had them print out my ticket because I don't have cell reception. So I'm just sitting here in this little kind of waiting area, and I'm gonna wait till 10:30. Right now it is, let me double check. It is 10:07, so I'm gonna go up at 10:30. That'll give me 2 hours to get to the top. I think a mile and a half steep climb will take me less than 2 hours. Hopefully I can just sit at the top and it'll be a lot cooler. It's a beautiful day though. It's the kind of day you don't want to be in a cave. That's kind of the irony. This is great though, and it's not even, I mean, the parking lot's full, but it's not crowded, and they run these tours every 15 minutes. So if you get up there and for some reason you don't make it in time for your tour, they will work on getting you into the next tour. There's no guarantee on that. But I said, well, what about people with mobility issues that maybe it takes them a little bit longer to hike, but they can still hike? You know, they're physically able to hike, it just takes them a little bit longer. And they said, yeah, you can go a little bit early. So I'm gonna go at 10:30 and hike up there. I could have just sat in my van for another hour, but yeah, I have to do the briefing as well, so I'll do that, and hopefully there'll be more people at 11 showing up. But yeah, everybody kind of hikes at their own pace and you hike down, so that's why it takes 3 hours to do this tour. So you've got 11 to 2:30, and then the tour itself is about an hour. So I don't know if there's restrooms at the top. No, everybody coming down seems to be going to the restroom here, so we'll see.
So some questions for you guys. Does everybody have their own water bottles? Water, that's perfect. Everyone have their jackets for that cave. It gets a little chilly.
All right, we are off for the hour and a half walk up. This can't be any harder than the mist trail at Yosemite or any other trail that I've gone up. So I've got my Strava going. There's a loud church youth group over there, so I'm gonna go ahead of them. This is great. So I'm gonna take my time. I've got an hour and a half to go, a mile and a half. And yeah, okay, it's 1,100 foot elevation gain, so I'm not gonna wear myself out, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. So these lines here represent the rockfall. So the red and yellow lines do not stand here because these rocks will come down and continue down and hit you on the head. So do not stop on this area right here. Keep walking. This is actually a pretty tame hike. If you've done the Multnomah Falls in Portland, Oregon, it's the same incline, and that's also a somewhat paved trail as well. Yes, it's good, you know, not too strenuous. So this gate here is about a quarter of the way up, just past a quarter. Somebody lost their sweatshirt. And yeah, ooh, scary cave. Oh, daylight. There's a view of the switchback, so you can get an idea of kind of like how steep it is, but it's actually not too bad. I think that's Provo. I don't think that's Salt Lake City. I think I'm facing the wrong direction. Anyway, still stunning. No complaints. So yeah, lots of switchbacks. I'm probably about halfway up now. I have to check the Strava, but this is good. It's not too hard at all. A little bit hot, but it is shaded, so definitely bring water, and they'll have fitness checks for you to check your heart rate and remind you to hydrate. I am at the top and I'm early. There we go. There's Utah. Used to be underwater. It's kind of funny. And there's the view. That wasn't hard. That did not take an hour and a half. Let me see how long it took. Okay, that took 38 minutes. So they give you an hour and a half to get up here. But my tour, it's only 11:07. My tour, I think, starts at 12:30 for the 11 a.m. group. So I have to wait a while, but that's fine. And then you come out the other side over there and then walk down. You don't go past the restrooms again. If you want to go to the restroom, you have to climb back up a little bit to go back over here. So, okay, so I guess I just wait. So this is the entrance to the cave. This is one of the waiting areas. And I think maybe I can wait in here. A little bit cooler. Okay, I guess we just wait. All right, this is the other waiting area. I'm gonna go down and talk to the rangers, but yeah, so I was just sitting up here. Okay, I'm super early, so I don't know if they'll let me in early. That would be great. I don't really want to wait another hour and a half before I go in. Make sure I have everything. Okay, cool. I guess we have to go down here. I was in the wrong waiting area.
Now what is this structure down here?
This is its tail right here.
Okay. Oh, and they've wrapped it around, kind of.
Yeah, yeah. They kind of like curled it so that it would stay in there.
Yeah.
Oh, it go in there. This is the waiting room.
Oh,
Can't get in trouble if you don't get caught. We can all tell little secrets.
come on, get in my circle. Excellent circle work. That was pretty good for adults. Preschoolers to get those circles to be looking ship-top shape. What's darker than I wanted it to be? We'll do that on. All right. Welcome to TIMPANOGOS Cave. My name is Ranger Laney. Super excited to have you here today. This is my favorite thing ever. And my most second favorite thing ever is giving tours to show people my most favorite thing ever. So honestly, like right every day I come to work, it's just like the best ever. So thank you for being here. Before we go in, we got a couple ground rules we've got to go over, and I'd also like to take a second to introduce one of our interns. This is Reagan. She's going to be following us today. She'll be kind of running through the back, closing doors behind us, and yeah, if there's emergencies that I am like not privy to, emergencies can be handled with Reagan as well, okay?
Hansen Cave, discovered by a man named Martin Hansen in 1887. So Good old Martin was up here. He was cutting down trees to sell for lumber when he saw mountain lion tracks in the snow and decided that he was going to follow those mountain lion tracks further up the mountain. By raise of hands, who here would follow mountain lion tracks by themselves in November all the way up here? A lake that's about 30 feet deep. Our introduction to caving tour goes, if you ever go on that tour. And they saw this, again, white calcium carbonate that you're seeing on the walls, and they wanted to sell it as onyx. It's not onyx though, it's calcium carbonate or calcite. It has about the same hardness as your fingernail. So they're trying to sell it to make furniture, but like furniture made out of something that's the same hardness as fingernails doesn't really work. If you look on the ceiling, you see the kind of white little drips through there? And then the stuff that looks like snot here on the wall, you see the wall snot? That's more of that calcium carbonate or calcite, right? And that's 85 years worth of growth. How would you like me to do this?
Do your thing.
Do my thing? Cool.
Do your thing, ask me questions. Okay.
Perfect. Go ahead and head on in here. Try and just make some space so everybody can fit as much as we can onto this platform. Okay, so yeah, so these are actually our cave scientists doing real life cave science right now. I mentioned inside the intro room that water is a... They're not faking it. They're doing this. Yeah, they're paid actors here to show you. Like I mentioned earlier, water is a huge part of how this cave, functions, right? We have our formations that are formed by water bringing mineral down, right, from inside the rock and then leaving it like a icicle that never melts, right? How long do you think this took? If that took 85 years, how long do you think it took for this to grow? At least 95, yes. Yeah. And then, would you guys mind explaining what you guys are doing for us?
So today we're actually doing nope, that's a different person in the cave today. We're doing water quality. And we've been doing this for about 15 years now. So we go in every month and we collect water samples and we compare it over the years, and we've actually learned a lot about how humans interact with the cave and how we can preserve it so that everybody can enjoy it in the future. So it's actually really cool.
What's the water quality looking like? What are the most interesting things we found with the water quality?
One of the interesting things that I think we've found with water quality so far is in Hidden Lake, which you'll see in TIMPANOGOS Cave, and it actually showed us that we went from, so how big's your tour today?
14.
14?
Yeah.
So, there's this limit of 16 people. Before it used to be like 25 people. And you can imagine just this big long chain. What are people breathing out? Carbon dioxide. And so what we actually saw was when we went from those big groups down to a limit of 16, it actually allowed the lake to go from dissolving the cave to actually building the cave.
Wow.
So the carbon dioxide decreases how the cave forms.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
In the short version. Yeah, so let's scoop on. I know, in short version. Okay. Do you have better information, Kirsten?
These ones are tricky. They are on the fault line, so they could have been broken naturally, or they are also right next to the tunnel where they built the tunnel, so they could have been broken when they built the tunnel. But we're not actually quite sure with these particular ones.
What's this about, a fault line?
A fault line. No worries. And we're gonna go walk through the fault line.
Okay.
Take some time, watch where your head is, but take time to look up. It's really, really fascinating. That fault line we just walked through continues above our head, right up there. And that's actually how the first discoverers of this cave came in. So the people who first discovered this cave were Wayne and Heber Hansen, so Martin Hansen's grandson and his nephew, actually, were hunting when they discovered a hole in the wall kind of near Grandpa's cave with cold air coming out. And when they looked inside, they couldn't really see the bottom, couldn't see very far, so they threw a rock in, and takes a long time for them to hear it hit the ground, so they decide they're going to come back with 50 feet of rope and some carbide lanterns, And they climb down hand over hand down their 50 feet of rope. And when they get to the end, there's no ground. Oh. So, if you got to the end of your 50 feet of rope, what would you do?
Go get it on.
That is really, yeah, you know, those are all very valid things to do if you get to the end of your rope. What do you think they did?
They jumped, they dropped.
Oh, give them more credit than that. No, they really thought this out. They said, we can touch both sides of the wall right here, and it can't be that much further down. So we're just going to shimmy you down, and they're going to shimmy down. And shimmy down the last 60 feet. Oh, so it's 110 feet up that crack to the surface.
Well, it's a good thing they had lights.
Oh yeah, right?
So it's the hole that they came through just above us.
Yeah, so actually it's actually in that corner where we rounded that corner. It's up there, and they kind of climb down this ledge.
Is there rope
Right
still
here.
there?
We have a rope there, but it's not their rope that's still there. This cave, okay?
It's crazy how much you're muffled.
From the tunnel?
Yeah, really.
All right, go ahead and duck under my arm right here. Walk 10 steps up and then stop. Go ahead, duck under my arm. Walk 10 steps up. Then you guys duck under, and then you guys stand over here by the light for me. Smaller friends, make sure you guys are down at the front, please. Oh, go ahead and duck under my arm.
Are these big black buttons you want pushed?
Yeah, those are perfect.
Good job.
I just want to make sure you can see. Welcome to the Great Heart of Timpanogos. This is the thing. Ta-da! It weighs 2 tons. Same size as 2 baby elephants.
That was there?
Yeah, this is our largest stalactite. Yeah, so that green is caused by nickel in a aragonite crystal. And so it's kind of a clue about how this cave was formed because nickel is found at the highest concentration at the center of the earth. Right? So with the presence of this nickel here and combined with other factors like the shape of the caves, right? We think that this cave was formed by hot thermal water coming from deep inside the earth, moving up through the fault lines, mixing with cold groundwater. All the little curly ones you see, those are still calcite formations. Those are not living in any way. We can all agree rock is not alive, right?
There's a little limbo there.
Your back gets so tired of ducking all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of just becomes what it is. And if you guys will go out and just wait for me right out here. I just have one more thing to talk to you about before we head out.
Oh, nice and warm.
So that's what we're going.
All right, I'm done. That was fantastic. That was an awesome tour. All the kids are like, have to go back up to use the restroom. So I'm going to hike down. It took 38 minutes to get up, so we'll see how long it takes to get down. A little bit harder on the knees, but watch out for the rock falls, which is when you get to the red and yellow section. And there's also mountain goats. So that was great. Really, really good tour guide. The ranger was fantastic. And it was freezing cold in that cave. I think it's so hot out here. That was good. Always love me a good cave. So I'm going to go make some lunch in the van. It's already 1 p.m. and I think I'll drive over to Sundance, go check that out for a little bit, and then slowly drive back to probably stop in Provo and go take a shower at Planet Fitness, and then make my way back up to Layton tonight for resting. So yeah, sleeping at the Cracker Barrel again, which was great. It actually wasn't too hot last night, so that was fantastic. Anyway, yeah, a little bit of rockfall here. And there were some scientists that were in there, which was really good to hear them talk about what they're doing. And one of the scientists has been there for doing this for 15 years, so that's great. So yeah, everyone kind of likes what they do. Thank you. I'm gonna gonna skip Sundance for now. I'll go do that another day because that's about 45-minute drive from back up at the trailhead, the cave trailhead, and then another hour and a half, maybe 2 hours back, and then traffic and everything. So yeah, instead I'm gonna go to the library. So there's a library right over here in the neighborhood, Highland Library, just at the bottom of the hill from the ranger station for the for the cave that I went to. Speak, Jenny. So yeah, I'm just gonna go work in here for a little bit. I'm gonna try to get, it's only 2 p.m. so I'm gonna try to get 3 more videos edited, and if the Wi-Fi is good I can get them uploaded and scheduled, so try to get them out of the way. But yeah, it's very, very hot. It's 90 degrees. So oh, the library's down there. Okay, let me turn around. So I just walked in and asked where I could sit with my computer. They said, oh, here's the study room for you. So I have this from 2 until 5:45. So that'll give me enough time to do some stuff. And there's some, don't build cairns, people. So I was like, you go anywhere in Utah and they've just got pictures of Utah. That's fantastic. Okay, this is great. So yeah, it's a little bit warm in here. But yeah, then I can also draw on the whiteboard if I need to. Okay, this is like me whenever I get a plug. I'm like, I've got to charge everything. So I've got all my phone chargers and my computer and my phones. And yeah, this is basically everything from my backpack. I'm like, I need electricity. I've got it for free. The van fridge is plugged into the Bouge RV, which is only at 50%. So hopefully it'll get enough sun to keep the fridge alive and charge a little bit extra. And then I have about an hour and a half, probably down by Provo, so I've probably got about an hour and a half, 2 hours drive back, but there'll be a Planet Fitness nearby that I can stop at after I call Harriet at 6 p.m. So I'll do Zoom with her, probably just sit outside for that, and then go to Planet Fitness. But yeah, this is like indicative of, as soon as I see a plug, I'm like, everything comes out. All right, I'm done with the library. This is a cute little town. This is Highland, Utah, just south of, near Provo, but south of Salt Lake City. So now I'm going to go take a shower at Planet Fitness. I'm very tired. Just had my Zoom with Harriet, and I don't know what this person is doing. Anyway, trying to get into my van.